In 5, 4, 3.
Oh wait, who's going
2,
first?
you.
Oh, okay. Welcome everybody to the PB&J Podcast. I am your co-host Brandon.
And I'm your host Patrick Abel.
We did that out of order.
We did. Listen, everybody. Okay, this is episode 250 of the podcast.
So if you guys have been behind, make sure to catch up on all of our episodes.
Check out both of our channels.
That's
Actually, all 3 of our channels now.
That's right. Yeah.
Including this one, including
Check
all
out
the clips.
this one, yes.
Follow the podcast on Spotify, and I hope you're doing well. This is a very, very important episode to celebrate. And keep in mind,
oh boy,
some of this audio might seem a little shanty at times, but
you think we would have got this down by episode 250?
But you know what? To celebrate. To celebrate episode 250, I brought
some cookies.
I bought some cookies.
Let's go.
I bought them at a very, very phenomenal grocery store that is not yet a sponsor of the show, but please help yourself, Brandon.
I appreciate that.
I got some. Everyone knows if you're from Florida, you definitely love Publix cookies, or you don't. I mean, it's either 50-50, really.
Yeah, you do or you don't.
You either do.
Look at
There
this.
you go.
That right there is a cookie.
Oh, you mind if I have one too?
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you.
What are you doing? You're not supposed to stop. You're not supposed to speak.
Pray before your God. So we have a lot to talk about. As many of you know, this weekend is actually Wrestlemania, Saturday and Sunday.
That's correct. I think it'll be a hit. Just like Will Smith at the Oscars.
I was gonna say something awful.
Like what?
Okay, sorry. But, yeah, man. I don't know, man. I'm not excited for WrestleMania. Well, the problem I've seen.
No, I'm not excited either because. So the issue is there is no build up to WrestleMania. Not this year, at least. As you guys have known, at least on my channel, if you guys were watching, Patrick and I, Patrick has it on his channel as well. He has live crowd reactions. We went to AEW Revolution, and I see that being the best pay-per-view of the year. Even though we just started 2022, I don't think that WrestleMania will top Revolution at all. Even though it's a 2-nighter, the most stupendous WrestleMania. I don't know.
I'm really excited for the Logan Paul fight.
I cannot wait.
Rey
So
Mysterio,
excited.
you are the greatest WWE superstar that has ever lived. If you are watching this right now, please, we invite you to be on episode 251.
251? Yep.
No, but seriously though, by the way, we're gonna go back to WrestleMania because I want us to do some predictions.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, we'll do some predictions.
But first,
we have to look up the match card. I have no idea.
I'm
what's
going to
even
pull that
happening.
up. But here's the deal. So for the past 2 hours, Rosanna's dancing behind the camera right now. For the past 2 hours, Rosanna's been dancing, but we've also been trying to set this up. This has been kind of a disaster.
It has been. It's been a pain.
I work in disaster response. What?
Rosanna apparently is a director. I thought we were just going to stick the podcast in one spot.
See, I don't know what I don't know what's just I don't know what's happening. You think after 250 episodes
we'd have this down?
We'd have this down. So here's the deal, right? I work in disaster response, and I've never seen anything quite like this. I've seen people lose their homes, lose their country,
their lives. It's not funny.
And it is not funny. There's a lot going on in the world, but it's been
not funny.
It
isn't. One thing, obviously, that most of us can say is actually great about the build-up to WrestleMania is clearly Roman versus Brock. Now, obviously, we're wrestling fans, but I don't watch. I really don't watch sports entertainment fans. I do not watch WWE weekly at all. To be honest with you, I only catch up with the YouTube highlights. So Patrick would be more suited to talk about this. But from what I've seen from highlights, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar is an actual good build-up, a good feud. Because that's literally all they're focusing on.
Well, so here's the problem, right? I one day will work for the WWE, or AEW, or Impact Wrestling. or control your narrative.
Whether it's control your narrative, AEW, WWE.
Here's the deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think I would say that this year's WrestleMania, both nights of WrestleMania, are going to be the most epic, incredible, majestic,
WWE,
stupendous.
I am so excited for this event. I am telling you, if you guys can get us tickets,
that would be great.
That would be amazing, but we just think the show is going to be incredible.
I want to send a message to AEW owner Anthony Khan. Tony Khan.
That's awful.
Mr. Khan.
Vicente McMahon.
You're gonna burn in hell, you son of a bitch. I promise not to curse. But that's already thrown out the window. This is a disaster. But you know what? Tony Khan put on a great pay-per-view with Revolution. Mm-hmm. But we're gonna pull up the WrestleMania card real quick.
Yeah, we're gonna look up the card right now and do some predictions. I'll be honest with you. What's the only two matches I know are... Wait, no. I know Sami Zayn and Johnny Knoxville. Wow, that's gonna be a smash. We have Austin Theory versus
Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee. That'll be kind of fun. I like Pat McAfee. Podcast collab.
Mr. McAfee, we have more episodes than you. And wrestling's real, and you're gonna get your ass kicked. So the first match of night one, apparently, I don't know if this might not be in order.
Subject to change.
Is the Raw Women's Championship Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair. Now, as we've seen on Monday Night Raw the past few weeks, Becky and Bianca Belair have been in an intense feud.
Oh my God, it's been nail biting.
Becky was. My God,
Patrick, I thought I was going to be the one to censor myself.
I meant to say whipped. I almost said Becky was lynched. Her name is Becky Lynch. It was a complete accident. I swear to God, that's not what I meant.
Oh, this is a nightmare.
Becky was. We're keeping that in. I'm sorry.
Oh, absolutely. Becky was whipped. Mm-hmm. And Becky by Bianca's braid, and Becky has been completely obsessed with defeating Bianca Belair so she could retain the Raw Women's Championship. To the point where they both cut each other's hair, and probably, that's the one. Okay, I'm gonna complain about this, right? Mm-hmm. The whole we had the whole women's revolution in WWE, which is great. Magnificent,
right? Great. Do we have to keep the hair pulling and stuff?
Yeah.
Is this? That's
to
something
be fair,
I don't.
It works with Bianca because her hair is incredibly long. That's her whole shtick.
But most wrestlers aren't pulling each other's penises or anything. Just because.
Well, that's because that'd be incredibly inappropriate. Unless you're what's his face,
Joey Ryan. I mean, we won't get into. Don't Google Joey Ryan allegations on Google. But honestly, I think Bianca Belair deserves the title at this point. I'm not sick of Becky.
I could see why people would be, though.
She's my least favorite of the four horsewomen in terms of wrestling ability, but my favorite in terms of mic ability, if that makes sense. Promos.
She's actually on par with the men in terms of promo work. I don't
even compare. I mean, it's why would you compare? Why would you put emphasis?
What I'm implying is that she is on the.
there's a ton of men in WWE who can't shoot a promo for shit.
Are you gonna sit down and tell me right now that there is a single other woman?
Yes. No, Sasha Banks is great. Bayley, Charlotte.
I'm saying she has
Bianca Belair.
I think the women's division is distinct from the male division. To be honest with you, in terms of entertainment, I think they've been doing better than the male division. I'm saying Becky Lynch is the man. Well, not anymore because of Ric Flair. Mm-hmm. But she actually feels like a male WWE superstar in the way that she works a promo. which is not saying that Sasha Banks is any less better, but I just like the way that Becky works a promo. She works the mic the same way, Seth Rollins would.
Yeah, Becky's got...
What does she have?
But I think Bianca's taking home the title. And if she doesn't, that's just a waste of time.
Yeah. I see her doing it and dropping it the next night.
Yeah, when...
Well, the 2 nights at Raw.
Yes, because WrestleMania is 2 nights if you guys...
The most stupendous 2-night event in I don't know.
Which I just want to say, like, previous years, prior to last year, WrestleMania would get up to, like, 6 hours, right? Or 5 hours, I should say.
Yeah.
WrestleMania last year was 6 hours in total, with night 1, night 2. Why not just make it 1 night?
Just make it. Oh,
just make
God.
it. I mean,
because that would be a chore. You would be going to there, sitting down, and having to be ready at 6 o'clock, and then you'd be there till midnight.
Okay,
that sounds like torture.
I don't mind that though.
Well, how long were we at Revolution?
We were at Revolution from 7 to midnight.
Okay.
So,
but it's WrestleMania.
This is so
it's a WrestleMania that hasn't been built to.
There's WrestleMania. This WrestleMania, I'm gonna make a bold prediction right there.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna make a bold prediction for this year's WrestleMania. Okay, I think WrestleMania 38 will be the greatest WrestleMania.
I mean, that's just absurd.
Imagine a car accident that kills 12 people. We're gonna go into our next match.
Okay, let's continue.
The Miz and Logan Paul versus Rey and Dominic Mysterio.
Okay, so Logan Paul is going to be winning. I think that it is...
Huh?
Yeah,
No.
They're not going to bring Logan Paul and have him lose.
Yes, they are. Because they're going to have... So the entire bit that they're doing now is that if Dominic Mysterio wins, he gets his father's mask.
Oh.
So he gets the mask. He takes on...
I think they lose. I think they...
I want...
Okay, are we actually going to do predictions, though? You want to go back and do predictions?
Well, I said Bianca Belair. I said Bianca Belair.
Oh, I agree, I guess. Okay, so...
I think... Okay, so here's the deal. I think Dominic and Rey are going to win. But if they lose, I want Dominic to turn heel on Rey. Because that would be phenomenal.
That's how I see it happening. Because I don't see Logan losing because I don't see him being consistent on WWE television. So I feel like having him lose and then just not showing up later would kind of diminish his name. And I feel like they wouldn't want to do that. Or do you
he
expect him to
loses
show
and
up
turns
later?
face.
Face. I mean, like, I guess so. I guess he could.
He loses, the Miz gets mad, he pushes him. Logan Paul throws prime energy at him.
Do you think Jake Paul comes in and helps them win?
No.
I mean, neither.
I don't think.
So I'm gonna go.
I don't think there's a chance on God's green earth that Jake Paul shows up at WrestleMania unless he's in the crowd.
I go Logan Paul and the Miz.
I go
because
the Mysterios.
The Miz has to make up for him losing against Bad Bunny.
We're going to take a quick break. We're going to continue with our WrestleMania sponsors, WrestleMania predictions in just 1 second. We are back. We are back from our.
Welcome back.
We're back from our sponsorship. From
episode 250.
Episode 250. Please subscribe to the channel to listen to all 249 other episodes, previous episodes. So next we have Seth Rollins versus, to be announced, probably Cody Rhodes.
Patrick thinks Cody Rhodes. I think they just completely mess it up.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's going to be Cody. So I've thought about this. And I have someone said something today. Someone said, okay, so here's the deal, right? Everyone's saying it's Cody Rhodes, and it's very likely Cody Rhodes. However, there is a small chance that it's not Cody Rhodes.
Yes.
That it's, I don't think it's going to be the Undertaker, but it could be. There was some name. I'm trying to remember.
Veer Mahan is not showing up at WrestleMania. They set him up this big build for a year.
Yeah, and then
it is what it is.
Who did they?
I think Seth Rollins loses against whoever he's up against for sure. But I mean, if it's Cody, I'm willing to eat my words.
It could be Cena. I don't see. Okay, everyone. I understand that it's probably Cody, and Cody apparently did sign with the WWE. That's not officially confirmed, but that's sort of what people are saying. I don't buy it. I think that would be a weird twist. I just want Cody Rhodes to be open and honest at this point about what's happening. If he's not at WrestleMania, just say what you're gonna do because I love I mean, I like Cody Rhodes. I don't love Cody Rhodes.
I think what he's doing
stop yanking,
is,
bro.
it's at this point it doesn't seem. I mean, obviously it's not in character; it's just real life. But it does kind of diminish how he was in AEW if he shows up at WrestleMania.
And that's my problem too.
Because I guess I would have been okay with him showing up if it wasn't done in such a weird way, and it seemed as though he was getting upset at the AEW fans and that he wasn't as self-aware as we thought he was.
He went on Dynamite, and I'm not sure. I'm sure this was planned out, and it went through Tony Khan.
Yeah.
You don't go on live TV and say you didn't get the contract that you wanted. When one, you didn't even get a contract, or you didn't even sign the contract. I don't know. I have many thoughts on the Cody Rhodes situation, but if he shows up at WrestleMania, I do hope he wins. I think that would be good for WWE. I don't see him in the main title picture, though. I mean, they'll probably have him go against... Who's the U.S. champion right now?
Yeah, that's what
Is it Finn Balor? Is it Finn Balor?
Well, that's why
Finn Balor.
That's what could be interesting is if Cody won the U.S. championship, the American, because he's the American Nightmare. I know WWE will never collaborate with AEW as long as Vince is the head, but if Cody took the title to AEW, that would be a lot of fun. Whether or not he even stays signed with AEW or WWE, and I think it'd be interesting.
It would be interesting. I don't think that would ever happen.
It won't. It probably won't. I don't even see him showing up, but whoever is determined to be against Seth Rollins is the winner. I don't care who it is.
So, here's the deal, folks. It might be Braun Breaker. They could debut Braun Breaker at WrestleMania.
That soon? Oh, man.
So here's the deal. I think they debut Braun Breaker, and he beats Seth Rollins at WrestleMania in his WrestleMania debut. And this whole build-up was just another... They did something similar years ago. I can't remember what it was, but I remember everyone thought that this was going to... something big was going to happen, and there was going to be a collab, and someone was going to return, and it just wasn't the case. Like, it didn't happen.
That's what I'm thinking. I think it's just another ploy to get people to go to WrestleMania.
It could be John Cena. But then you're pulling all of your punches because and we'll get to Roman versus Brock, but you're pulling all your punches at this point. So on night one, you're going to have John Cena and Stone Cold show up.
Yeah.
So what's happening on night two besides Brock versus
Hulk
Roman?
Hogan, brother.
Hogan
comes in and...
I want Hulk Hogan. That's terrible.
I assume it's something racist, Patrick.
Well, I was going to say have sex on live TV, but I also want him to just... I want to cure him of his racist tendencies.
Let me grab another cookie.
To me, that was the biggest heel turn of all time.
I did not see that one coming. That was a good swerve.
I think Cody's winning. That's my final prediction. You said the same thing. If it's Cody. If it's not Cody, it doesn't matter. They're winning.
It doesn't matter.
Maybe it's Bray Wyatt. Maybe it's it's a terrible joke. Maybe it's Jimmy Superfly Snuka. Whatever he's up to nowadays. Besides murdering poor women in the 1970s. Allegedly. He did do it, though. So we have Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin. I don't care. I think they're shaping it up to be a Drew McIntyre win. I think it's going to be Happy Corbin. Yeah. Baron Corbin and Drew McIntyre are both very talented. But this is the worst feud on this card. I say that...
we're going through this list and I'm falling asleep.
By the way, I just want to make it clear. You mentioned something earlier. I don't watch Raw and SmackDown on a weekly basis. I look at the Twitter. I look at the live tweets.
Yeah.
I can't sit through this.
That is one thing that I obviously am going to give AEW. It is not a chore to sit down and watch 2 hours of Dynamite and an hour of Rampage. While I'd want Rampage to get longer in the future, that I can sit through. I cannot sit through 3 hours of Raw and 2 hours of SmackDown when they pad it with nonsense. Complete nonsense.
The worst part, the problem I have is that you have so many talented performers, wrestlers
Yeah.
in WWE.
You have a ton,
And it's
that are really high quality. They feel like superstars,
What?
and they're unused.
Riddle me this, Batman. What happens when you have very talented people perform 300 days a year?
Yeah.
You know what happens? They don't put on the matches that
The problem is they don't put on matches at all because it's all padded for the main storyline. They will drop the title from Bobby Lashley, so that Brock has a title to use against Roman Reigns so they
you
have
probably don't know what's happening. They announced a match. When was that? Raw was last night. Oh yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
I didn't know what
We'll
happened.
get to that. We'll get to that.
This is new to me.
We'll get to that. I think I was gonna say I think Drew McIntyre. I think Happy Corbin is going to win. I think Baron Corbin is going to win. He's very happy. We have the Usos. This is for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship versus, is it Rick Boggs or Rick Boogs? Rick Boogs versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm gonna be honest. I had no idea who Rick Boogs was until 2 weeks ago.
Isn't that's the guy that plays
He has the
guitar.
mustache. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Rick Boogs and Shinsuke Nakamura win. I think Boobs has been. It's not even that point.
Didn't expect it.
I think both Shinsuke and Rick have been.
Don't threaten me with a knife. Okay.
We're good. I think both Shinsuke and Rick have been. They've been in advertisements. I'll say that.
I really think Shin wins this one.
I think Shinsuke Nakamura is going and Rick Boogs. I think they're gonna win the SmackDown Tag Team Championships from the Usos. Actually, I don't know. I'm gonna say that, but I don't know if that's true because if Roman,
I think what they do. Okay, I highly doubt they do it. But if WWE wants to be a little ballsy, have the Usos lose their title and have Roman lose his title.
okay, so that we'll get to that.
And
We'll get to that.
Oh yeah.
We'll
Can you
get to
tell
that.
me what's going on?
Oh,
so that
well, that's with Bobby Lashley. It's not involved in the main event. We'll get to that.
Okay.
We'll get to that. And we'll get to the main event, but just hold out. I think Shinsuke and Rick Boogs, just to have a little.
You have a bit of foresight.
I don't. Well, kind of. I don't know if this is gonna happen.
I'll go Shinsuke.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey.
Ronda Rousey wins this one.
Ronda Rousey is going to win this one.
If Charlotte wins this, then I'll do nothing. To be honest with you, I don't really care.
Charlotte's great.
Yes, but not really.
No, sure. Okay.
She's wonderful in the ring. She's amazing on the mic. She's just not a good person.
She had a great interview with Brandon Walker.
Well, it's. I guess it's more like. I just don't like the way that she wrestles in terms of I don't think it's the upper management's decision to have her look like people get buried so badly, and she kind of no-sells sometimes. It bothers me quite a bit. Everyone she goes against has to be a little bit worse than she is.
Okay. Here's the problem is that they framed Becky as the next Stone Cold, when Charlotte, I would argue, wrestles very similar to Stone Cold in a lot of ways, and Becky's a little more. Becky's not really technical, but I just see like it's weird. Charlotte and Charlotte Flair and Ric Flair do not wrestle. They're very different wrestlers.
Oh yeah, well she has like her moonsault.
Yes.
She's a more.
Well, I guess the moonsault is a little out of Stone Cold's range.
Yeah, But I know what you're saying. She has a different flair. That's hilarious. So I think she has a different flair that I can see that, but I don't know.
I think Ronda's winning.
Yeah.
I've been very.
Do you think that both titles are going to be gone? They're going to switch both women's titles.
I did say that, didn't I? Yes. I think they will.
I think so too.
Which
is going to be insane.
Wait, I think every title is going to switch hands at WrestleMania. No title switch hands at Revolution.
No
title switch hands. Oh
my god.
That's incredible. Oh my gosh.
The PB&J
Rosanna just made this
podcast,
Wait,
baby.
we'll get a quick photo. You don't have to take a photo on that. Just
Sick.
Rosanna, that is awesome.
Now we're
Rosanna,
gonna munch on some peanut butter and jelly.
Rosanna, thank you for making us a sandwich.
You're very welcome.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for doing your job, Rosanna.
Here, I'm gonna eat the P.
I guess I'm eating the J for some reason. I have never had a PB&J sandwich in my entire life.
Me neither.
What is that? What's
Peanut butter and jelly. Peanut butter and jelly, dumbass.
I didn't know we had jelly. Nice.
What is this? It's delicious.
It's very good. It's very good. You know what would go good with this? A nice glass of
I had Chewy lick all of them before I gave them to you.
Chewy, our dog.
I'm kidding.
she didn't.
I can't.
Either way,
That is really good.
make this into an ASMR podcast.
She made the ampersand.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the peanuts. The crunchy. We got the crunchy peanut butter.
I'm a crunchy fan. I think Rhonda's winning. For better or for worse. Rhonda, I will say.
Oh my god.
These are your scraps.
Me-
We're not having a bowl of scraps.
Wait, can we put milk in that? Can it be like a cereal? No, I'll still have it.
Yeah, I'll okay. Well, we have a lot in the set here. I'm gonna
Just
put it
leave it.
behind the mat.
We're gonna take a quick break.
This is for the dogs. Yeah, we'll be back.
Okay.
Welcome back.
That's almost the end of night one.
Oh my god.
We have Stone Cold Steve Austin appearing on the Kevin Owens show.
It's not a match.
It was okay. So here's the deal. It was rumored to originally be a match.
Yeah.
But and then WWE didn't know, this is all alleged. WWE didn't know if Stone Cold was actually going to participate.
Mm-hmm.
Stone Cold then said, I won't do a match, but I'll participate. And they said, okay, well, we'll have you go on the Kevin Owens show.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why you aren't seeing Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins team up like original. Like that was not the original plan, but that was what they advertised on TV, which would have been cool for the Raw Tag Team Championships if you had. Are they the Street Profits? Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
With that dangerous frog
The
splash.
people that just hurt a lot of people. Yeah.
And RK Bro and
Otis and
Otis and Chad.
what are
Gable.
what's their tag team name?
Alpha Academy.
Yeah.
Alpha Academy. So here's the deal. There's a slight chance this turns into a match where Stone Cold challenges Kevin Owens.
Okay. So I think that either it becomes a match or Stone Cold just stunners him.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That's the end of it.
I think he'll walk out and just stunner him,
Yeah.
and that's the end of night one. That's my prediction.
You want to make a prediction out of that? Like actually see who gets that?
I mean, yeah, we can.
So like a match or
Yeah.
just a
So,
stunner?
well, I think it's
probably just a stunner.
a stunner, unfortunately. But I'll say
It would be amazing if you did a match, but
Eh.
think about this. Stone Cold, his final match is one of the best matches in WrestleMania history. Versus The Rock at WrestleMania.
Was that his last match?
Yeah. WrestleMania 18, 19?
It-
Whichever one. That match was incredible. And then Stone Cold just has another match, and it's against Kevin Owens. I don't see that happening.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal.
Kevin Owens is
Is
great.
great. Kevin Owens is great, but you can't have Stone Cold lose.
Making me full. Continue.
I'm gonna have. You want to split the B?
Yeah, we'll split the B.
We'll split the B. It looks like a pair of glasses, goggles,
Or
a pair of boobs. Zoom. So yeah, that's. I think it's go. What did I say it was gonna be? I'll predict that it's gonna be a match, but it's probably.
You're gonna predict it's gonna be a match?
I don't think it's going to be a match, but I'll predict
Okay,
it just for
I'll
the
predict
sake.
it's a stunner just in case.
Yeah. So we go on to day 2, night 2. Now, this is. They have this. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm a little bewildered. They have the Roman versus Brock match as the first match.
Okay, well let's go to another one, and then we'll come back.
Well, I just want to hold on. I just want to see. Okay, so that's definitely not the right order.
No, they wouldn't. I don't think.
Okay,
I don't see
so
them
we'll start
starting
from. Okay, so here we'll start from the bottom, and we'll go.
there. We'll go
top.
back up. Yeah.
So this is what happened on Raw.
I saw it on the screen, guys, and I'm terrified right now.
Is it Amos?
Amos.
Amos. Okay. Keep in mind, I have not been watching WWE television for a while. It's been a while. And I didn't know who Amos was until a few weeks ago. And I don't watch. I don't
He's
watch.
He's like every night.
I know.
Yeah.
He's really big.
He's a large man.
And they announced that Amos was going to have a match against a mystery opponent, which everyone assumed was going to be the Great Khali.
Hold on a second. Wait a second.
Which is why wouldn't Seth Rollins go against Amos?
Wait, I'm starting to realize. Didn't Bobby Lashley get like horrifically injured?
So here's the deal. Bobby Lashley was under concussion protocol
Oh no.
at the Elimination
And
Chamber
Amos
a
is-
month ago.
Amos has injured quite a few people, or has been very close to injuring quite a few people.
Amos is a big guy, and Bobby Lashley is not as tall as Amos, but is also a big guy. Bobby Lashley picked up Amos on Raw last night.
Oh, did he?
You would think they would save that for the actual match at WrestleMania.
No, that would be too cool.
That would be too cool. So, and Bobby is technically, he should have a rematch for his title, because he didn't technically lose his title.
Yeah.
He was taken out of the match for a concussion protocol, in Saudi Arabia. So, I guess Bobby Lashley.
I don't know. I really don't know.
I guess Bobby
Maybe
Lashley.
some redemption for this, because they had the whole Elimination Chamber thing where he got taken out to protect him. So I'm assuming they're trying to keep Bobby as like a big guy, a big name that doesn't lose. Has Amos lost? I think he has technically,
Think
right?
he
Because of tag
has?
team matches. I see Bobby just
so
winning
I don't.
that, I guess.
I guess
Who cares?
Bobby Lashley is gonna win. I would rather, personally, and I'll explain my theory later on.
Okay.
Why they're not doing this? As to why they're not doing this, I would have rather. I wanted to see Bobby Lashley in a triple threat against Roman and
Yes.
Brock.
Yeah.
I think that would be a great match. They did a triple threat last year,
Yeah.
so maybe they're just sick and tired of the triple threats.
Yeah.
But they sure do love triple threats at WrestleMania.
To be fair, WrestleMania 30 was incredible.
And to be fair, WrestleMania 20 is very controversial. Do you know who won the main event at WrestleMania? Yeah, okay.
Dude, we don't have to, we don't have to talk about that.
We don't have to talk about that. We have. So Bobby Lashley is gonna win.
Chris. Anyways,
Who? Anyway, I don't know who that is.
so who we
Anyway,
have next?
we have the Raw Tag Team Championship.
Okay.
We have RK Bro.
I'm actually excited for this one because these guys were the only thing that was consistently kind of funny every week.
We have RK Bro.
Yes.
We're the champions
Hold
versus
on.
the Street Profits and Alpha Academy.
So it's a triple threat tag team match?
It's a triple threat tag team match.
Okay, that'll be. I think the street.
Ooh, what a shame. Our video died. So now we are going full audio, everybody. Sorry about that. Spotify listeners, it doesn't really affect you, but on YouTube, you're just going to see our logo. Sick.
So sorry. So the phone stopped, but I was just about to say that I actually think Otis and Chad Gable win, and Riddle turns on the RK Bro team and Randy Orton.
Disagree.
We said this exact same thing, and Patrick agreed with me.
I think the Street Profits are going to turn face again. And I think they're going to win the titles. The titles? I guess the title.
Yeah.
The title. From RK Bro. And I think Randy and Riddle are both going to turn heel against each other. I think my bold prediction is I think the Street Profits are going to win, and they're going to turn face. And next up we have
I think they win, and I think they win bigly.
Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville.
Okay, so in a no holds barred.
No bars.
Not no rolls barred. That's my favorite board game channel. Check them out. No holds barred. I think Johnny Knoxville wins, even though Sami Zayn is very underutilized.
I am genuinely. This might be match of the year. I think Meltzer. Is going.
I agree.
I genuinely believe that Meltzer is going to give this match a 5 stars.
I see him giving it a 7 stars, like Okada and Omega 4.
I'm very tempted to say that this could be.
Did it stop again?
Does that say a whole hour? Maybe half an hour?
No.
I'm tempted to. I'm tempted to say that Meltzer is going to give this match a 10 star. 10 stars.
We're going only audio right now, guys.
We're going only audio. So, for context, we've been recording this episode
for about 40 minutes.
For about 40 minutes with a camera, and the camera has stopped working
Multiple times.
So this has become an only audio podcast for right now.
I guess we'll just show a big peanut butter and jelly sandwich on this.
They're going to say penis. It's very confusing.
I would not say penis.
So I think Meltzer is going to give this podcast, this match, a.
They would give us. He would
6
give us
star.
a 5 stars though. I think he gives Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn a 10 star.
I think it will win over Cornette. Finally. No,
I think it'll be okay. I think Johnny Knoxville will do something very dangerous that may or may not kill him.
I think it will be fun. Here's my bold prediction. This is my bingo card. I think at one point, Johnny Knoxville will release a bull onto Sami Zayn. Obviously not for real, unless Sami Zayn actually trained for that. But I think that
You think a bull will run down the ramp?
No. I should clarify.
Sami Zayn.
I think they're going to go backstage, and it's
that's
going to
where
cut
they
to
release the bull?
well, not backstage. Hear me out for a second. Hear me out. Ready? Bold prediction here. I think in previous years of WrestleMania, there have been matches that have started in the ring, and it cuts to a pre-recorded taping of the match backstage or out in public. I think we're going to cut backstage or out in public in this match, and I think you're going to see Sami Zayn get chased down by a bull.
By a raging bull.
By a raging bull. And I truly believe this.
So Sami Zayn is wearing red.
We're releasing this episode way before WrestleMania. So,
Yeah,
probably.
like less than a week.
So, I genuinely believe this is going to happen. And that's my prediction. And I think Johnny Knoxville wins. And I think I don't know how he's going to pin Sami Zayn, but I think you're going to get a visual of Sami Zayn getting put into an ambulance.
What is a no holds barred?
No rules.
That's all it is.
Yeah, but I think you do have to pin in the ring, I guess.
Okay. So yeah, Johnny. I think
We haven't
Johnny
seen a
wins.
no.
I think that midget guy comes in.
You can't say that word.
I think that.
You can't say that word.
I think that little man comes in. And
Hornswoggle?
No, the guy from Jackass.
I was like, what are you talking
No,
about?
not that midget Hornswoggle.
Don't say that word. No, I think what's his name?
I will not cut that.
What's his Wee Man?
Wee Man. Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, Wee Man's okay. Wee Man's okay, but not midget.
I genuinely didn't know. That's not a bit. I thought you meant Hornswoggle because we've seen Hornswoggle in matches before.
We have
at WrestleMania.
But it would make more thematic sense if Wee Man showed up.
No, dude. Okay, I think both are gonna show up and fight each other.
And Steve-O. I think the whole Jackass crew comes in, but they fall from the roof. Like insert name here.
I will say I don't know if Sami Zayn's happy working for WWE, but I will say he might be having a good like some of those promos that he's been cutting, but those video segments they've been recording. Like he went to Knoxville, Tennessee,
Did he?
started interviewing people about Johnny Knoxville.
See, I haven't kept up with that. I wouldn't know that.
Wait, but as you might
thing.
have heard, Johnny Knoxville released Sami Zayn's number to the world.
His
so
personal
I think,
phone number?
So
Do we give him a
let's
call?
call it right now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pulling this up. So I don't know how we're gonna pull this up. Let's check Twitter real quick. What's OJ Simpson up to nowadays?
Hopefully not killing women
And a waiter.
and a man.
Sami Zayn number.
Guys, I just recently, while Patrick's looking up the phone number, I just recently watched Leaving Neverland. That MJ guy, he was not a great dude.
But man, could he moonwalk?
Boy, could he dance.
Okay, so here I'm calling it right now. Now, everyone, I just want the people at home to know that if Sami Zayn picks up, this will be a great segment of the podcast. 574 1532, and you too.
You guys
call
can
Sami
also
Zayn.
call him.
It's a Florida number, apparently.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Please be the right number.
Guess we put him on speaker. God, if he answers, what do we say?
Alright guys, this is Sami Zayn. Enough's enough, okay? Enough's enough. This is my number. Ha ha ha. You all called. Great. Please stop calling, okay? I'm being nice. Just stop calling. Just stop calling, okay? Goodbye.
Sorry, mailbox is full. To send an SMS notification, press 5.
He didn't pick up. He didn't pick up. But I have Sammy. That's great.
Was that a bit? He sounded very distressed.
Someone Baker act that man. We're gonna cut that out.
No, we can't say that.
We can't say that. But I think Johnny Knoxville is winning this match. Mm-hmm. I think you need to have at least one celebrity win a match at WrestleMania, and I think it's going to be Johnny Knoxville, and I'm fine with that personally. Next up, we have you want me to you're seeing if the audio is working?
Yeah.
So this is an all audio podcast now.
I'm seeing where we're at. Yeah.
We're at 50 minutes.
Okay.
So we're good. We don't even have to put that back on.
Yeah, well, just for the vibe. We're
the vibe.
keeping the fireplace on.
Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory. I guess
I'm actually kind of excited for this one.
This is giving me Bret Hart versus Vince McMahon WrestleMania 26 vibes, and that's not great.
That is not what it's giving me. I think Austin Theory clearly is going to be Vince's guy, his new guy, and I don't know. I think it would be. I think it'd be quite a bit of fun to have to have Mr. Pat, Mr. McAfee to punt him in the face.
Well, since we found out that Vince was dying in the past week, rest in peace.
I know Vince. I'm sure he really wanted to be in a match against Pat.
That was the rumor, if anyone remembers, is that Pat McAfee and Vince McMahon were going to have a match.
Well, make sure to watch that podcast episode with Pat McAfee with Vince McMahon. That was a good episode.
It was a good episode.
That's where Vince announced that Pat McAfee would have a match at WrestleMania.
But Seth Rollins wouldn't until the week of WrestleMania.
They got Pat a match.
They got
but
Pat
not
McAfee a match, who is great, but not a professional wrestler on the main Raw. He has wrestled before.
Pat McAfee versus Adam Cole was a lot of fun.
Who? I don't know who that is.
Sorry, yeah. The Bebe guy.
Who?
I don't remember.
the guy who murdered a man in Walmart?
No, you're thinking of the baby.
Oh, okay. Is that the homophobic one? When he said that gay people have AIDS or something, or all gay people.
I can't remember.
He said something very, very bad. Next up, we have the women's tag team championship. Is the Raw Women's Tag Team Champ. Is there just one Women's Tag Team Championship shared between Raw and SmackDown?
I don't think I can't. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. They have so many titles that it makes my head spin.
Okay. We have. Rosanna has walked back into.
What?
I would like to say for the record, my phone spazzed and the video has cut out. My phone can no longer record stuff. So, enjoy the rest of the podcast.
Well, yeah, we've already been doing this for 20 minutes.
I had to poop.
Much appreciated.
We have. By the way, I think Pat McAfee's winning that match.
Yes.
Actually, no.
No, I
think
don't.
Austin
I actually
Theory,
don't.
I think
yeah.
Austin
Wait, no,
Theory.
Pat lost against that one guy. I can't remember his name.
Oh,
Dogs are barking.
Who let
God,
them-
now it's just falling apart. Pat lost against unnamed man, but I see him winning against Austin Theory.
I agree.
You're gonna. Oh,
just I think Austin Theory is winning that match.
Okay.
I think Austin Theory's winning that match. Next week for the
I think
Women's
Pat
Tag Team
wins.
Championship, I guess I haven't been watching in so long. I guess there's only one Women's Tag Team Championship.
there really
now
is
for-
only one,
I guess,
unless the other one's not in contention.
but I can't remember who else. What I can't remember. So we have Queen Zelina and Carmella
Oh man.
versus Naomi and Sasha
Oh,
Banks.
that sounds like a blast.
Versus Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, which we'll talk about in just a second. Versus Natalya and Shayna Baszler. Or Baszler.
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 I don't see Sasha and Naomi.
No, I hope Naomi and Sasha win.
I definitely hope they win, but I don't
I don't
see
see
them
them
winning.
win. I see it's Rhea Ripley. I said Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan winning. I see both of them winning. They're very over right now.
Yeah.
And they're doing... Remember Billy and Chuck?
No.
You don't remember Billy and Chuck? So Billy and Chuck, for all you wrestling fans out there, that was a tag team in the early 2000s on SmackDown, I think, with Billy Gunn and Chuck, I forget his name. And the entire joke...
Chuck Taylor?
No, not Chuck Taylor. He was like 14 when that
I
happened.
don't know who that is.
It's okay, that's
It
okay.
just sounds like a name that's familiar.
The entire gimmick was that they weren't gay, but the joke was that they were gay, like quote
Is that
unquote.
the thing that's going on now?
I'll get to that. Chuck and Billy Gunn had not a wedding, but like a commitment ceremony to be a tag team partner. They weren't like the joke was that they
It was
didn't realize
homoerotic.
it was
It was
homoerotic, and I think that's kind of what they're doing with
Which we're
Rhea
saying,
Ripley.
which is completely okay, by the way.
yes, and Liv Morgan. I think that's fine, on many levels, but actually no, but I think that's fine. Like I think it's fine.
You had to backtrack.
I think it's perfectly like it's.
For no reason other than the fact that they're gay. There's no other reason that's okay.
But they're also.
They're not gay, though they're not gay.
I would say well they're not to my knowledge, but I'd say every single tag team competing is very talented. That's what I'll say.
Just completely abandon the bit.
I think they're very talented. Except a few of them.
Yeah, this is gonna be a nightmare to watch.
No.
But I see. You know,
I actually think it's going to be really good.
I don't.
No, I
I have
genuinely
no.
believe
I have
that.
no. What are the people again? You don't have to say it all again. I just.
Zelina, Carmella, Naomi, Sasha, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, Talia, Shayna Baszler?
Baszler.
Baszler.
I think. I'll go Queen Zelina. And
I
Carmella.
thought Talia retired.
No,
Or was
she
that
just
Beth
does the
Phoenix?
same match every
That was
week.
Beth Phoenix.
Yeah, like years ago.
Like 10 years ago. Well, I haven't seen Natalia on TV in a very long time.
She's on almost all the time, and she just loses.
That's right.
She's like Dolph. She's like Dolph Ziggler, but a female.
She put her sister in a sharpshooter once.
We will not reference that.
It's on YouTube. We
Oh my god, you gotta cut that.
no, we're not cutting
We
that.
won't
out.
cut
We're not
it.
cutting that. We're not cutting that out. There's no reason to.
No.
It's a very fine thing. I see Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley winning that match. But I would like to see Naomi and Sasha win that match.
I agree. But no, I don't agree. I think that Sasha and Naomi should win, but I'm going Zelina and
You're thinking
Carmella.
they're retaining. You're thinking they're
Yes.
retaining. I completely disagree. I
have to have one title stay on somebody.
I think very similar to us. It's gonna blow up in each other's faces. They're gonna start like arguing in the middle of the match.
Yeah,
And
I think they're gonna both explode, and
it's.
I think there's gonna be a lot of liquids thrown around.
What are you? Huh?
Sweat.
Oh,
I think it's gonna be a very hard fought match.
please clarify next time.
I thought it was pretty easy to understand.
I don't know what you're talking about. Are you?
I already explained that it was about sweat.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just go on to the next match.
I didn't say my prediction. Oh, I did.
You did.
I did. Well, what did you mean by that? No. No. Brandon is making a very. If you're gonna make a lesbian joke, directed towards Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, because that's their entire.
I'm not making a reference to that. I was literally talking about their sweat.
Okay. Talking about sweaty men, we're gonna not sweaty people. I'm sorry, but these guys are. Doesn't matter. AJ Styles. This is a disaster.
God, this is awful.
AJ Styles versus Edge.
Versus Edge. Okay, I see Edge winning because he changed his theme song. That's the only reason I see that happening.
So here's my prediction. I think Beth Phoenix is gonna walk out. Beth Phoenix in real life is married to Edge, and also in story they've had storylines together. I think Beth Phoenix is going to come out to try to like talk to Edge, persuade him back to the light.
Oh, you think Edge is gonna like go heel-y? Like
Well,
super heel?
Edge is full heel right now. Edge is full
Okay.
heel. If you haven't been watching, Edge is like mega.
Well, that's
heel.
why I assumed his theme song changed, because Metalingus is remarkable, great theme song, but I also like his new theme song. This isn't related to the match. This is simply the song, but
it changes the vibe.
It does change the vibe. Yeah.
So here's the deal. I think Beth Phoenix is gonna walk out, and she's going to try to. She's gonna. No, I'm not making a joke. I swear.
Okay.
I think she's going to try to turn Edge back to the light.
And you think he's gonna hit her with a spear?
No. He might, but I don't think that's what's gonna happen.
Okay.
I think what this Mania is missing is the Great Khali. And the Great Khali and Beth Phoenix do have some history together. They kissed at the Royal Rumble. She eliminated Great Khali.
Oh, you're right.
I think Great Khali...
What an incredible callback that would be.
And they would do it.
They would do it.
I think the Great Khali is going to come out of retirement from killing that man a few years ago. And I think he's going to kiss Beth Phoenix. I think it's going to...
So you think this is going to be a triple threat Punjabi prison match?
Ladies and gentlemen, the return of the Punjabi prison match. I think Beth Phoenix is gonna walk out, try to turn Edge back to the light. Edge doesn't pay attention. Edge is very like I don't care.
Yeah.
Then you're going to see the Great Khali walk out, kiss Beth Phoenix, AJ Styles with the roll up from behind. 1, 2, 3. Edge loses. And
that is the worst prediction I've ever heard.
But
it very well could happen. I'm gonna go with Edge winning just because of the okay. Who won? Have they had any matches?
Edge and AJ Styles?
Yes.
I don't think so. I think
I'll go Edge winning then.
Okay.
Or AJ could
AJ
win and they
Styles
continue the feud.
I think AJ Styles.
I'll go AJ
winning.
then. Yeah, I'll go AJ.
And I like this feud kind of. I really wish. I just
like them both as wrestlers, and it just seems like a good thing to put them together. Yeah.
Same with Shinsuke and AJ, but that didn't really turn out well at WrestleMania. But that.
They didn't give it enough
That's
time.
neither here nor there.
Yeah.
The problem that I have with this feud is that I don't think they should have turned Edge heel. I think they should have made him heelish, and he was very violent towards AJ Styles, very manipulative, but only because he wants to push AJ Styles to his limit and have the match of a lifetime.
Yeah.
Making him just fully like, I just want to beat up AJ Styles.
This is similar to the Seth
non-comedic.
Rollins and Edge situation, their feuds, which was good. Was Edge the one that was super aggressive? Or was it Seth Rollins? I can't remember.
I guess it was Seth Rollins because Edge was face. I wasn't watching at that time.
Because I do remember that being good. Yeah, I guess I don't know. It can go either way, but I'll say AJ.
I'll say AJ as well. And finally, we're going to talk about the main event of the evening. Roman Reigns, who is the Universal Champion, versus Brock Lesnar, who is the WWE Champion.
So he's still WWE Champion?
Yes.
Okay.
Title versus title. Random stipulation. I don't know why they did that.
Well,
I know why they did that.
I know why I think, and I'm hoping to God above, this means that there's not going to be any more brand split.
I disagree.
You think they're going to just unify and keep it like that?
Here's my prediction, people. The Usos may retain or may lose. It doesn't matter, right? Doesn't matter. Here's what's going to happen at WrestleMania on Sunday. The main event, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Roman Reigns is about to win the title from Brock. He's about to not unify, but he's going to be both the Universal Champion and the WWE Champion. But he smells something. He smells what The Rock is cooking. I think.
If you smell. I actually see this happening.
I think The Rock is going to walk out. Roman thinks he's going to get help from The Rock. The Rock lays him out with a rock bottom and a people's elbow. Brock pins Roman. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Brock is both the Universal Champion and the WWE Champion. Roman is no longer the tribal chief because The Rock is there to reclaim the throne as the tribal chief of the Samoan people.
Of all Samoan people. No, I think it'll be a similar situation to Fast and the Furious.
What?
Or no, my bad, Hobbs and Shaw. I think they're gonna base the storyline off of Hobbs and Shaw. That's how I see it playing out. And I don't remember what Hobbs and Shaw was. I just remember.
Isn't that the tiger and the little boy?
I remember they were.
That's
in
Calvin and Hobbs.
That's a completely different thing. Hobbs and Shaw. That's what's gonna happen. I think The Rock. I actually completely agree that I think The Rock comes out and screws over Roman.
Yes.
Because he doesn't like what Roman is.
He doesn't like what
what he's doing.
And The Rock. We're gonna set up the feud for WrestleMania 39. It's gonna be once in a lifetime. The Rock versus Roman. I think The Rock wins that match at 39.
And then they do twice in a lifetime.
The main event.
WrestleMania 40.
The main event of WrestleMania 40 is going to be Dwayne The Rock Johnson versus Roman Reigns.
Okay, so this is a WrestleMania predictions match. If you predict something that happens 2 years from now, guys, you have to subscribe to that.
You have to subscribe because I truly believe, and they're not going to do this. But I think you're going to see The Rock come out at WrestleMania 38, night 2, because you have Stone Cold, night 1.
You're right, yeah. That's actually... Okay. That's something incredible.
They might do.
Oh, no.
They might have The Rock versus Stone Cold.
They will not have that happen. And if it happens, I would actually like it.
People would watch it. But it's like, you ever seen like two old men just go at it sexually?
Look up Lemon Party and you will.
What are you talking about? Can we Google that real quick?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
Let me show you. And we'll just click on this one right here.
Is that... Huh? Are those a few... I don't see too many lemons.
I do. I see quite a few.
Man. That's kind of... You hit the green.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's just close that one out.
We're gonna keep all of this here.
Okay.
But I see WrestleMania. WrestleMania 38 ending with The Rock and Brock
The Rock and Brock.
teaming up, I guess. Here's
Sock?
the problem. Here's the Rock, Brock, and Sock connection.
Yep.
So you have Mick Foley.
Oh my God, that would be awful.
What
But
an
okay,
absurd. Yeah.
I completely agree with your prediction. I think we have enough predictions that are different from each other to determine a potential winner of the WrestleMania 38 predictions. Obviously, everyone at home, everyone listening to this podcast, watching this podcast. By the way, this podcast will be on Spotify. Probably should have mentioned that an hour ago.
I think we did, maybe.
Did we? We won't
I don't know.
until we see.
By the way, I would just like to add. In reality, this podcast is like 2 hours and 45 minutes, but we've cut out.
Oh my God.
So many like racially insensitive, ableist, sexist.
We're not talking about his last name.
Misogynistic, Islamophobic, anti-Semitic bits. 95% made by Rosanna.
I'd argue
innocence.
99, but that okay, guys. Thank you for listening.
Thank you
and
so much
watching.
for listening. Hey, if you're watching WrestleMania this year, please remember to like this podcast and comment down below. I'm really interested to see if you're watching WrestleMania this year.
Comment your guys' predictions. We won't read them, but we will like them and look like we did.
I'm not watching night one. I'm going to be at a quinceañera. That's
I know you
yeah.
will. Thank you guys very much for listening and watching. I know that the video cut out, but anyways.
Well, they actually don't know. Like, they don't know that because it's only audio.
Oh, Spotify listeners, you guys are completely out of the loop.
Yeah,
But
I don't even know what we're gonna do for YouTube, but we'll figure it out. And guess what, guys? If you're gonna have a wonderful week, please remember, the winner of I'm gonna restart this bit. just remember, everybody, the winner of the WrestleMania predictions gets a lemon party thrown for them. So Rosanna found that
one funny.
Rosanna found that funny.
Once again, guys, thank you for listening and watching. We'll see you next episode 251.
252 will be on 2 weeks. Goodbye, everybody.
And keep on eating. I don't know what our jingle is. I can't remember it.
Hope you find your dad. Hand me that stupid mouse.